Hi, I'm Tina. I am the designer at Modern Graphic Studio, and I'm here today to assemble the newest addition to my shop. It is called Thorns and Starlight, and it's kind of I don't know, kind of my version of a goth journal, I guess. I don't know. I know there's a lot of Halloween stuff going on right now in July, and I just wasn't quite ready for that. So I thought I'd do like just kind of step towards it a little bit, but not fully go full on Halloween. So I'm going to put aside these extra files that I'm not using right now. I've got all the pockets here that we'll be putting on later and some cards and other stuff that'll be going in there. I will put that aside, and we're going to start right now with the cover. And what I've done is I've already printed and cut everything out, and I've also folded and inked. So on the sheet, when you print these out, these come on individually on 4 different sheets. They're fold lines, so you can go ahead and fold on there. This is the outside cover, so the folds will go this way, and then this is the inside cover, which I still have to fold this way, you know, to follow the lines, but then I went ahead and turned them on the inside, so the folds are like that. So we're going to start with the outside cover, and with the 2 pieces, there's one that's got a tab. So we're just going to glue these together, and I'm going to start with a little bit of double-sided tape. It gives me a little bit of stability until the glue can dry, so that I can just keep moving on and I don't have to wait for the glue to dry. So this is just kind of cheap double-sided tape I bought at the Dollar Tree, but it works pretty good, and it's nice because it's not too thick. They have really good packs on Amazon, but sometimes they're in all the widths, and really the thicker ones don't always work that well for what I do. So I kind of like this. I can just buy an individual roll. It lasts quite a while. I have actually a new one here, so quite a bit of tape on there. That one's barely been used. So let's, it does take a minute to burnish these down and then peel it back. But I'm going to use the tape, but I'm also going to use glue. I'm using the quick dry glue today. I'm using Aleene's. You can use pretty much most kinds of liquid glue. They will all work fine. I would recommend for something for longevity to not use the quick dry. It just works really good for me now because I'm doing the video and I need to get these things dry as fast as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the glue. Just go right over the tape. Because the tape is just there to help it temporarily. Get up to the edge because you want the glue to get all the way to the edge of this piece. And we are just going to glue it down. Let's see. And it's best if you can line it up as good as you can. You'll have less trimming to do later. But generally speaking, I always have to trim because I'm super impatient and I just don't. I'm not precise enough, and especially when I'm doing a video, I can't make myself do it. So we are going to do the same thing here. And again, these are all folded, and I've even inked in these corners, but we're going to do the same thing. All right. So again, this is the inside and this is the outside cover. So I'm going to put the outside here on the bottom. I'm going to put some tape kind of all around the edges and then along the spine here. So my tape is ready to go. Now with the glue stick, I'm just using the Elmer's Craft Bond. I get these at Michael's when I use a coupon. I think it's a pretty good deal. So the goal here is to try to get the glue everywhere. This is not really a good spot for liquid glue because you could use it, but you really have to spread it out. And if you get it too thick or not spread out very well, it can make it lumpy. So the best thing is to get a glue stick and just make sure you get it everywhere. And kind of look at it from the side so you can see the shininess. If you really want to make it easier, you can get those purple glue sticks and then you can see where you put it, which is kind of nice. I don't have a really good light right here, so I will just do the best I can. But again, the biggest key is to get it along the edges so that you don't get it peeling apart. but just try to get complete coverage. I still have this page. And there goes my glue stick. I killed it. And you'll notice also that that one's gone. I ink on the inside, and it's not really necessary, but it just makes it so that if you have to trim, or if you got some white showing, that it's already inked a little bit. It just makes it show a little bit less. I really just want to make sure those are all of these are lined up, which they seem like they are. And like I said, I pre-inked, but that's just because it's much easier to do when you pre-ink it. After you trim, you're probably going to want to put a little more ink on there. I don't know if I showed you this already, but this is the ink I'm using today. It's the Ranger, the Tim Holtz. This color I'm using is black soot. Black seems to go really well with this, you know, all these dark colors in here. And this was actually, sorry I shook the camera, but this is actually lined up pretty well. This side actually looks really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some scissors, my really dull scissors, and I'm just going to trim up the edge. So I've got those trimmed up, and I am going to touch the sides up with ink, and actually going to do my quarter rounder on the edges. You can trim these. On the printout, they actually are curved, so you can just cut along the curve. I just go ahead and cut them square and use a corner rounder. This is the worst. I got this at Michael's. It's a terrible one. I don't suggest buying it. If you're gonna invest in one, get a better one that actually works. Like I said, this side was pretty good. So I like to just get it, so I like to not have the white showing. Some people don't really care. I think it's good now. All right, so there's the outside. And there's the inside. Now everything's pre-folded, so this is where if you were pretty accurate with your folding when stuck to the lines, this will be a much easier process because you won't be refolding like right next to it. But this one's a little wonky, but that's okay. The rest of them are fine. So I'll just go over this one. Yeah, this one I did not do that good of a job on. So we will just refold it. And it'll be fine. These bone folders work really good for this. All right, I think we have it all folded together. That will be the front. That's the back. And opening it up, I can't remember what's on here when you open it, but then on here, we'll just have pockets all throughout here. Okay, so we're gonna start. Got a bunch of them right here. Just start, kind of go left to right, I guess. So on this side, we've got these long, skinny ones, which are these two. So I'm gonna fold these. I folded some of these, but not all of them. It looks like I did not ink this one, so we'll just get some ink on it. best to do this before you put it in because it's going to be very hard to do once it's in. And then we're just going to glue that one down. And I am going to use some tape. If you don't use tape and you're just using the glue, just grab some binder clips. I'll show you what I like to do with them, and it'll hold it down till it dries. All right, this one's gonna go. Yikes. So just keep it to the inside of that fold so it will still fold. And then to wait for it to dry, you just go ahead. Oh, there went that one. Just put some binder clips on. It'll hold it in place until it dries. So even with the tape, sometimes I'll do this. And you can fold it over because it's a good idea to put one over here too. Yeah, and because I'm using quick dry glue, this is not going to take very long, so I'm going to just get started on the other one. I know putting these on and off is a pain, but it really does make a difference. So this is going to be the next pocket. So I will, while that's drying, I will just go ahead and get this one ready to put on. Okay. Pull this bend back in here. All right, I'm so confused. Let's undo this. See, that's already pretty much dried. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna put the binder clips back on it. Get some old lace there. Okay. I like to come in just a little bit. I kind of like seeing that peeking through there, but you don't have to. Put it on however you want it. And you don't even have to put these pockets in the same spots. You can put them somewhere else if you want. I'm just giving you an idea, one way to do it. Okay, so now we will work. I'm really glad I didn't do that upside down. Okay, make sure when you're putting the pockets in there that this is right side up in the back, or you'll be really disappointed. Okay, so we're gonna work on this pocket now. And this one, I believe, if I don't do this right, and it's different than the picture you get in the kit, you'll know, you can just adjust it. It's this one and this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink this because I don't think this has been inked. And I'll fold this one. Well, I'll put this one down first. Okay, I'm gonna take these off now. This should be fine. And I'm gonna flip this back. And flip this back. It's good to have different sizes of binder clips because they get better reach. Like this one needs, that really does need to be held down for a few. Okay. I might not have inked this. Just put some on there. All right, so now we have 2 of them done. Okay, the next one is this pocket. You know, I think I'll start with the other side though and there's a triple pocket that's going to go here. Oh, there. So I'm going to put this whole thing together first before I glue it on. I'm going to clamp these down together. This one is completely crooked. Let's see if I can fix it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let this dry for a second and take all these off of here. Okay, so this one's going to go out here in a second, but first I'm going to put this one here. All right, I didn't ink it. Let's get that done. This one I'm just going to hold down a second because it's got tape on it. It should be fine. All right. This one's pretty thick. So I think that I will add a clip to this. Those tiny ones are fairly useless. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna let all of this dry. Actually, we're gonna flip it over and do one more thing. This one's just gonna get glued down here and this pocket's gonna go on there. I will probably just do this off camera since I've got that other side gluing there or drying. So basically that's just gonna get glued down and we're gonna put this pocket right there. And that will actually be on the inside flap when you first open it up. So this will be like that. It'll be right here. Actually, I don't know where it's gonna be. You know what? It'll be a surprise. It's gonna be right here. It'll be a surprise. When I come back after this is all dried, we will go ahead and finish decorating. I am back and I'm going to work on decorating the front and the inside, or the outside and the inside of this journal. I'm going to start with the outside cover. This is the front, the very front of the cover, and so I'm going to start with that. And I'm just going to put a little thing on here that would be, that I could add a label to if I wanted to. So I'm going to start with this. I've got all of these cut out and inked. All right, so there's the front and there's the inside. See, I wasn't sure that is how I want it laid out, but when I have it all folded out, it doesn't look right. And then there's the inside. And then I went ahead and I'm just going to move these extra pieces out of here. I went ahead and actually I'm going to do these first. I've got a bunch of journaling cards and I printed these double-sided because there's extra sheets in the back that you can pick from. And I printed all of these double-sided. You don't have to do that, but I do. I like having something on the back. And I also have some of these little tabs. If you want to put like some tabs on your cards and then stick them in the sides. I don't want to use the tabs, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to stick the journaling cards in here. Just put a bunch of them. I've got two different sizes. I've got some of these smaller ones, so I think I will maybe put one over here. Put one in this other pocket. I just did these are just two blank double-sided pieces that you can use for anything you want. I thought if you want to put a picture on them or something, so I'm just gonna tuck those in here. And this one I printed double-sided too, because these are all on the same sheet. Let's see, we'll put another one of these in here, put this in here. And then I have and then also I've been thinking about it. I think I'm going to do one more sheet. I don't have them right now, but I'm going to include one more sheet of 3 of these in the kit. So I just want you to have more to choose from. So there'll be a few extra, and then I'm just gonna, I'll put one of these out here just to see how it fits in this pocket too. And I put some of the stuff some of the ephemera I punched holes in just to use it as a double tag. So I'm just going to put those in there. And I did the same with the little pocket watch. And put some of these out here. So I think there were plenty of tags in the kit. Just, like I said, I will have 3 more journaling cards that you can pick from, and you can print them or not. It's up to you. But I think this turned out really nice. Got all the ribbons. It's kind of fun to pick out ribbons to go. I even put a pink one in. I think it goes well. So here we go. Yeah, stuff full. So I hope you enjoy. Again, this is on my website. I will have everything linked. I will have the paper I used and the ink and some of the other things I used linked in the description. And enjoy. Thanks for joining me.